Okay, so here's a probability problem from the 2018 paper. It's a lot like Hannah's Sweets. So what do we got? There are only green pens and blue pens in a box. 3 more blue pens than green pens in the box. There are more than 12 pens in the box. Simon is going to take at random 2 pens from the box. So let's draw a tree diagram. So that's going to be 1. And that's going to be the other. So we have blue and green. And then I'm going to choose a second one. Also going to be blue or green. And then the second one. Right. Okay. So let's do blue and therefore green, blue, green, blue, green. Right. And we know the probability that Sam will take 2 pens of the same colour is 27 over 55. Work out the number of green pens. Okay, so what's the probability of picking a blue pen? Well, okay, we don't know the probability of picking a green pen. So that means that basically it's green because we want to know how many green pens there are. So we'll make green our unknown. Okay, now how many pens in total are there? Well, it's the blue pens plus the green pens. So how many blue pens are there? There are 3 more than green. So if green is X, blue is X plus 3. Okay, now if that's all the pens in the bag, if I add them together, I've got X plus 3 plus X. That means in total there must be 2X plus 3 pens. So that's our initial probabilities. What happens if he picks a blue and then he picks a blue again? Well, there's 1 less blue and there's 1 less pen. For the green, there's still the same number because remember we followed the blue path. So there's still X, but there's still 1 less because they picked the blue. Okay, same thing on this side. If we picked one green, if he picks a green again, there was 1 less green and 1 less overall. And if he's going to pick blue, there's still the same number, X plus 3, but overall there's 1 less pen. Right, okay, so that's our tree. Now, it says that the probability of picking 2 the same colour is that. So how could he pick 2 the same? He can either pick blue and blue, or he can pick green and green. Okay, so what's the probability of picking blue and blue? That would be him following that path. Okay, so if he does that, we will have to multiply those 2 together. So we've got X plus 3 over 2X plus 3. We're going to multiply that by X plus 2 over 2X plus 2. Okay. And if we combine that, we will basically get just X plus 3 times X plus 2 over 2X plus 3 times 2X plus 2. Okay, because when we multiply fractions, it's top times top, bottom times bottom. Okay, let's see if we can consolidate the top. Okay, so we'll have X times X, which will give us X squared. We'll expand that out. X times 2 is 2X, 3 times X, that's 3X, so altogether 5X. 3 times 2 gives us 6. Okay, now I'm going to leave the denominator, and it will become obvious why later. Okay, but there's no point expanding that out. Right, now I've got green and green. Now to get green and green, he has to follow this path. So again, we need to multiply those 2 probabilities. So I've got X over 2X plus 3, and I'm multiplying that by X minus 1 over 2X plus 2. Okay, and again, that's just going to be X times X minus 1 over 2X plus 3, 2x plus 2. And again, I can combine, I can basically expand out the bracket on the top. So I'm going to get x squared minus x all over 2x plus 3, 2x plus 2. Now you can see these two have the same denominator. That's why I've left them like that. So now, to get the probability, what I need to do is I need to add these two, because it can be this path or it can be this path. So now we're going to add them together. Okay, so I've got, now remember, I've got the same denominator. So if I do x squared plus 5x plus 6 all over 2x plus 3, 2x plus 2, I'm adding to that x squared minus x over 2x plus 3, 2x plus 2. Okay, well, they have the same denominator. We've got a common denominator. That's 2x plus 3, 2x plus 2. Now I'm just going to add these terms together. I've got x squared and an x squared, which gives me 2 squared. I've got 5x. I'm taking away 1x. So I've got 4x and I've got 6 on the end. So that is the probability of getting a blue and a blue, or a green and a green. Now, at the beginning, they told us that that was equal to 27 over 55. So 2x squared plus 4x plus 6 all over 2x plus 3, 2x plus 2 is equal to 27 over 55. Okay, now at this point, I've got an equation. It's quite a complicated looking equation, but it's still only got one unknown. The only unknown in this is what x is. If I only have one unknown, I know that I can solve that equation. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to multiply by 55. And then I'm going to multiply by the denominator, 2x plus 3 times 2x plus 2. And remember, this is why we practice with algebraic fractions. Okay, so when I do that, I'm going to get 55 times 2x squared plus 4x plus 6 on this side. And I multiply by the denominator here, so it means I'm going to have on the other side 27 times 2x plus 3, 2x plus 2. Okay, so now all I've got to do is, again, expand these brackets and multiply them by 27, and then multiply this side by 55. Right, I do all of that, I get 110x squared plus 220x plus 330. That is equal to 108x squared plus 270x plus 162. Okay, remember I want to get all my x's on one side. So if I then take this to all my x, so take away 108x, that's going to leave me with 2x squared. So taking care of my x squares. I've got 220x and 270x. That's going to be minus 50x. Now collect all my x terms. I want the numbers on the other side, or I can turn it into a quadratic. I've got 330. I take away 162. So 330 take away 162 is 180 minus 12, which is 168, equals 0. I've got a quadratic. Okay, I can make this simpler. I can divide through by 2. Okay, so now I've got quadratic to solve. Now all I have to do is find two numbers, or if you have invested in the super duper calculator, that will do it for you. So I ask the calculator, tells us that the roots are that x is equal to 21 or 4. Okay, now that's what x is. Remember, x is how many green pens there were. Now we'll go back to what might have seemed like a strange thing at the beginning of the question, but it said, right here, it says that there are more than 12 pens in the box. So if we do the first one, if x equals 4, remember that's green, that means that blue equals 7. And 7 plus 4 is only 11. But if x equals 21 green pens, and blue is 3 more, so that's 24. And then we've got 21 plus 24, which is 45 pens. So how many green pens are there? There are 21 green pens. That's it.